Hi, ladies. Good evening, good afternoon. How are you, ladies, doing? All good for a hump day? I'm pumped today. Easter break is coming up, right? It's not too far off. One more day to go. And I'm not sure how many holidays are announced in India as a public holiday, but we definitely get the long, long weekend, Friday up until Monday, right? Hi, come on, ladies. Who is there? Who is able to join me? Knock, knock. Yay, I can see three people. Come on, ladies. A hump day, a long weekend coming up. What else do you want? Hi. Who is that? The thing is that I'm going live through a different platform. It's a pity that I can't identify who it is. You have to identify your name. Only if I go back to Facebook, then I would be able to see your names. I'm so sorry, whoever is that. Hi, someone saying hi. Someone is saying, how are you, Hema? I'm really, really fine. Thank you so much for checking on. Yay! Hi, Hemaka and Auntie. Oh, Shweta, thank you, Shweta. Thank you for joining in. There's been no dramas today. I hope so. So we are live, which is really good. I can see the comments, but only thing I won't be able to identify who it is. Only thing I have to kind of switch back to the Facebook page and this one to see who it is. This is Shubha. Thank you, Shubha. Thank you. How are you ladies doing for a Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night? I'm so pumped. We have got one more day to go before we start our public holidays. I'm all excited. It's a bit hectic, but still, it doesn't mind, you know. That's what it is. I think we should keep going. I have quite a few now, 8. I think people would be able to join. Ah, that's very nice. Thank you, ladies. Welcome, welcome to Wholesome Wednesday session number 96. Wow. I have to pat my back. I'm self-praise. Sometimes self-praise is good, right? So I'm the sole admin for this group. So I praise myself. Today it's all about saris, and we are chatting with a real estate agent, Miss Asmita Verma, who would be shedding light on all about buying properties, selling properties, renting, etc., etc. A home is a home, right? So that is what we are going to do today. Of course, saris. She's draped a beautiful sari there, and saying about saris. And today, both mom and me are in saris from Karnataka. Mom is wearing a cotton silk sari. It's actually a sequoia, silk cotton, I would say. Sari from Ilkal, and mine is a sari from Karnataka as well. It is mainly from North Karnataka. Gajendragarh is the place where this is woven the most. This is the Pattada Anchu Sire. If anyone is familiar with that, put your hands up. Otherwise, if it's a new name, there you go. I'm giving you a new name there. But it's a very, very kind of a traditional form of sari coming from Gajendragarh. This was mainly offered to the deities in the temple, and even now it is a customary practice in Gulbarga, Raichur, and all. People do offer these saris to goddesses, which is the Durga, Kali, those deities, and it is hand woven and it's pure cotton, and it is a lightweight sari, an easy to drape sari, and it's beautiful. It's 6.6 meters, and the tailor did not cut the blouse, so I've got the whole sari for myself, but it's too much. Mom's is also the same, but she found it's too much. For when she's plating, she said, oh my God, it's too much. But for me, it will be perfect. Anyway, so those are the saris for today. Now we'll continue with my tradition of wishing happy birthday, ladies. Happy birthday for all the ladies who celebrated from last week up until today. Today's birthday is shared by Suparna Dodamani, Lavanya Surampalli, Annapurna H, Swapna, Preeti Rati Somani, and Shilpa K.S. Srinath. Ladies, wishing you all a very, very happy birthday. Now, continuing with my format, I talk about national days. Today, I've got a National Peach Cobbler Day. Cobbler is like a sweet dessert, and you can make it with different fruits. And today, it's more about peach. So, it's the National Peach Cobbler Day. If you get a chance, just open a can of peach and blackberries and crumbles and and some kind of dough, and make it into a cobbler if you have time. Or if you haven't heard of that before, perhaps go and explore that recipe, so you'll get a new recipe there. The next one is the National Scrabble Day. I think everyone has played Scrabble except me. Growing up, we never had the opportunity, but kids here, they start even, pre-kindy, they start this Scrabble game. But I wasn't exposed to, so I'm not a Scrabble Scrabble game person. But if you love the game, today is the day to take out that iconic board game and just play a game. The next one is National Make Lunch Count Day, right? It was for sure that I shouldn't have skipped my lunch, but it was inevitable because I was planning to come home for lunch, but I could not. Then I thought, okay, it was already 3 o'clock. By the time I realized the time, it was 3 p.m., but I was all set in heart to come and have lunch. And mom had made kesri bath and rava idli. So I was just wanting to come and eat, but anyway, I had that after I came back. Kind of like compensated, but it was not the right one to make the National Make Lunch Count Day. Anyway, that's life. And now we are finished. These are the only days I had. Now we'll start our session. Ashmita, are you able to join me with the link I have given you? You should be able to just join in. By that time, I'll just introduce Asmita. Before I do that, home is home, right? For everyone, there is no place like home. Home is where the heart is, and it is made up by the people who live in there, though it is made up of brick and mortar. And Abraham Lincoln has well said that the strength of a nation lies in the homes of its people. So, continuing with that in mind today, land is the only thing in the world that amounts to anything, and which is the apt count for this Wednesday session. So, Asmita Verma is a principal agent from Sydney, and she runs her own boutique property, and it is named Vzak Property Pty Ltd in Sydney. So after completing her graduation, she worked in the administration and completed fashion designing. In 2007, she got married and came to Australia. In 2008, just after a year, she again joined an admin job. And in 2010, her first child was born. And she decided to give her whole attention to the family, which obviously becomes the priority. And in 2015, she had her second child. Whenever time permitted, she always used to scroll through real estate websites and was looking for properties. In my case, whenever I get time, you always see the Sarees page. It could be anything, you always see the Sarees page. So similarly, hers was more to do with the real estate property website. And gradually, she kind of it became a habit that, she used to scroll down the domain website and the other real estate websites every night. And then she realized that she's passionate about something. So she wanted to make that passion into a profession. And she decided to study real estate and get her license. took almost 2 years to complete her diploma in real estate from the Technical and Further Education. We call it the TAFE here in Australia. So she finished her degree, and then she always wanted to run her own agency. And she decided to name it from the initials of her family members, which had all the four letters, which is VAZK. And hence was born the Vzak Property Proprietary Limited. It's a bit of tongue twister there. And she's so passionate about all things of real estate. And she feels happy and energetic when someone talks to her about real estate or rural properties or developments. Ashmita, yeah. Coming. Thank you,
Hi,
Ashmita. Hi. Can you hear me? I think you're mute. Asmita. Sorry, she will join us in. So real estate now has become her passion, and to work with and help people buy and sell properties. That is what her aim is. And
hi, Hema.
hi, yes, I can hear you. I can see you. Perfect. Thank you so much. I haven't completed.
I was trying to enter the link, but it was not working.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh,
Yes.
it finally worked.
So at last, my phone worked. You know.
Oh.
Yes.
Welcome to the Wholesome Wednesday platform. So I was just doing the last paragraph of your introduction, saying that Asmita is very, very keen to help people buy and sell properties. And she's also looking forward to have people join her real estate to grow and flourish together. So tap, knock. If anyone is interested, do get in touch with Asmita. And she
Yes,
would
Hema, what happens, like a big agencies, they never give a chance to newcomers. And because of NSW fair trading now, they made a rule that you cannot get a direct license, full license for real estate now. You have to work with someone. So it's an obligation from NSW fair trading now. So you have to work with someone who is full license. Under his guidance, you can just complete your 5 subjects by yourself for first year. After that, you have to work with someone. Otherwise, you won't be able to get your full license.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that is what the obligation is. Right. Okay. So what happens to the newcomers if they are not aware of this kind of like, New South Wales fair trading making it obligatory that they have to work?
Yes, no, once they think that they want to do a real estate, in that case, they have to be, first thing, they have to be very diligent and smart. The reason is, it's an industry where you are not getting any salary at the same moment,
Yeah.
But
at least you get experience. Like, say if you're offering that opportunity, so you're getting that experience to what you look forward to. I'll put my hand up and come in and 1 or 2 Saturdays to see what happens in your circle.
And so what the newcomer has to do is they have to do a 5 subjects, 5 units, and they will get the certificate of registration from NSW Fair Trading. And they can work as an assistant real estate agent.
Right. And how long does it take to do this?
So 1 year they have to do like this. Second year they have to work with the agent.
Right.
In that case, they will complete all of the rest of the units and they will do certificate 4.
Yeah.
And still they cannot manage trust accounts.
Right. Okay.
Because other people's money is involved in real estate and it's a big money. Because someone is deposit even 10% of 600,000, so it's going to be $60,000.
Wow.
So now the government has made a rule: no new agent can manage it, and only the principal or licensee in charge.
Right.
And then it lasts 1 license.
Okay.
And if after completing 5 units, they don't complete their unit within 4 years, the rest of the diploma, then it will be void. They won't work as a real estate agent. And every time, even a full licensed agent has to do CPD, like a professional development course.
Every year. every year.
Yes.
How many hours is that?
It's maybe 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours,
Right.
depending which area you want to choose. Like you want to go for starter, sales, property management. So it's all different now
All
because
different
there
now.
were so many scams before. So
Right.
government changed the rules in 2021.
In 21. So it was just last year they changed everything.
Yes, exactly. The last year they changed the rule.
Right. So how was it working during COVID for you?
During COVID, it was quiet, but online inspections were going on, online inspection, online
So
auctions.
how would you do, okay, online inspection? Say for example, like you have a property for inspecting. So the owners used to show it, is it, or you used to go to the owner's place because you were not allowed to go? So the owners took the
No,
responsibility of.
no. It's like a permission. If you tell the fair trading that you are visiting this property, you
Yeah.
have to inform the fair trading.
Oh, okay. And then you have to
Yes.
take the
So that
permission
is,
from
and they
them.
will give you the access. Yes, which is around for 2 or 3 months. It
Uh-huh.
was allowed to go there. You have to fill the address of the property.
Property. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But what would have happened to the people at home? Like, say, if I was selling, if I have my family members at home at that time, obviously, which is because you were not
Mhm.
allowed to go out anywhere. So
It's
what
like
would
a
have happened?
virtual tour. Like you make a video once and then it's a virtual tour. You just
Okay.
imagine that you're there. But
Yeah,
yes,
but
it was online. Online bidding was going on for the auctions,
uh-huh.
and but um, you can say during that time period for 6 months it was very quiet in the market, and
Okay.
suddenly it boomed up. You know what happened? Apartment prices not rise up so much, but
Yeah.
houses they are in a big demand now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of
But
COVID,
still,
people don't want to stay
yeah.
in apartments
Yeah.
because of the lift. They have to share the lift with so many people. So
Yeah.
now they prefer to go for houses. That's the reason from last 1 year, the prices has gone up drastically. It's so much now. Like if the property earlier it was 1.4 million, now it's 2 million. And you will not get a house in Sydney easily now. You have to have big money.
Correct, correct. So the average price in Sydney is what for buying a property? If it's
If
say
you're
it's
looking for a house, it depends on
yeah,
suburb to suburb. You're going to inner west is somewhere around 2 million in
oh
inner
wow,
west. If you
yeah,
go near to Blacktown, that's at 700 million. And if you go Schofield area, it's again 1.52 million. So property has gone up. And if you go near to city,
yeah.
nothing is less than 3-4 millions.
Oh my goodness, oh my
But
goodness.
government is helping people now for the first home buyer. They are
Yeah,
helping so much.
yeah.
Government has given grants, but those grants you can use. In that grant, you can just buy an apartment. Frankly
Oh,
speaking, yes,
oh,
you can buy an apartment. And what happens is people are paying rent around $400-$500 per week.
per
I
week.
would
Yeah,
suggest people rather than renting, go for your own house because government is giving us so much of grant. For first home buyer, if they buy less than 600,000, any
yeah.
property, new property, not the existing one, new property
Okay.
where no one has stayed before, or if you have fully renovated it, that means it's totally new, no one has stayed there, or if of the plan, the building is not ready yet. If the plan is ready, if you want to
Yeah,
buy that property, it's under
yeah.
600,000. You will get a $10,000 first home buyer grant and free stamp duty from the government.
Wow, that's a huge
Yes.
lump sum. Yeah,
Yes, but again, I'm saying, Hema, within 600 also you will just get an apartment. It's a 2 bedroom normally because even
yeah.
builder knows that apartment is in this range and government is helping to get people more houses.
More
But
houses.
if you
Yeah.
go above 600, you will lose that $10,000. But there's a complete stamp duty waiver up to 650,000. It's a complete waiver. There's no transfer duty, no stamp duty. From 650 to 800, there's a concessional rate for stamp duty.
Oh, oh, that's a huge
Yes.
bonus.
Yes, and that is applies for existing property as well. For example, in Blacktown area, you like some property under 800, you will
Yeah.
not get the first home buy grant, but you will get a stamp duty waiver. But that's going to be concessional, like a pro rata basis. After 650 to 800, you have to pay a stamp duty.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
getting loan is easy now for first home
It's
buyer,
easy.
but still they are looking for the repayment. The
Yeah.
banks look for the repayment. It's not that
Correct.
government is asking you to pay money and you can get it.
Yeah.
No, you have to
Okay.
be getting some money in your account. If
Yeah.
you give a 5% deposit, you can book a house with a 5%, 10%. But I would suggest people to go for more savings. I'll say that deposit 20% of the amount, because
Yeah.
in that case, you don't have to have insurance with the bank.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, bank charges are more.
More. Okay. When you say insurance, what insurance is that?
Like for the house, bank will
Yeah.
ask you to have insurance policy with them. And there will be
Okay.
some extra
Insurance.
charges for the loan
Yeah.
approval as well. So when you pay
Approval.
20%, you are in a good position. You will
Yeah.
get a good interest rate, flexible options, and bank will welcome you. But
Oh,
now even for single parents, government has started a grant saying a 5% deposit, they can get their first home.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this was about the first home buyers, Hema. Now we come to the investment properties.
Yeah.
I would suggest people, like, rather than paying test, why not to
Yeah.
make your own more properties?
Oh, okay. 1 second, Asmita. I have got a comment here. Very good info, Asmita. Thanks for sharing vital info for first home buyer grant. Thank you, Hemaji. Your sessions are always worth watching. Thank you. You know
Thank
what?
you so much.
I can't figure out who it is. If you can identify by your name, that would be so great. I have to go back to again Facebook feed and then check your name. If you wouldn't mind saying, your name, that would be great. Thank you so much. Thanks, Asmita. See, that's very, very informative there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now I come for the investment
Also,
property, Hema.
also,
Yes.
once again, I think I'll send mom off because
Namaste, Auntie.
yeah, hers is a guest appearance.
It's always good, you know.
Yeah, correct, correct. So it's all good, all good. Yeah. So continue now.
So next I'll talk about the investment property, because if you're not the first home buyer, definitely you are an investor
Yeah.
or maybe a downsizer. Downsizer,
Okay.
when people get old, mostly they prefer to live in a smaller area, because the
Yeah.
big houses, they need to maintain lot of
Correct.
cleaning. And if you have a
Correct.
swimming pool, it's going to be big expense to
Correct.
maintain a garden. Like, when it's windy, it's hard to maintain a garden, lawn mowing and everything. So people prefer to again go back to the apartments.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the downsizers. And
Correct.
investors, I would say the person who are doing a jobs, rather than paying tax, go and make your investment properties.
Okay.
The reason is,
How easy is it?
it's very easy. You need a good real estate agent or a good mortgage broker to give you the right advice.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. The reason is, when you are doing a job or you are paying tax to the government, and when you buy investment property, out of your income, you will get the rebate for the interest. Then you get your expenses back. And if it's a new building, you will get a depreciation, which is called negative gearing.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Yes. With a negative gearing, you get a grant in your tax. You can say to the government that we are paying this much depreciation for the building. It's the interest rate we are paying. So
Yeah.
we need this money back, and government gives it. Yes.
Okay.
So many people don't know. They just keep doing the job, like 9 to 5. They do the job, they pay the taxes,
Yeah.
and still after 10 years, they have this one house or one apartment or one property. I would
Right.
say, if you're in that position, please go and invest in property. Because today you invest in property, tomorrow your children and even your old age, you're gonna just feel so happy that you don't have to worry about your income.
Yeah.
Even your kid's gonna say that, mom or dad, you made so many properties for us, and it's
That's
very
good.
easy.
So,
Every
ladies,
year you have
yeah, listen to this. This is worth listening to, Asmita. Yeah.
Yes. Like, what happens every year, you have to get your loan reevaluated from the bank. Just go for the re-evaluation. Sometimes your equities has gone up. For
Right.
example, as you are living in an area where the rent prices are high.
Right.
Okay. Like, for example, you cannot compare Liverpool to Strathfield to Schofield. Every suburb is different. Right? So when you get your rental income, you're just getting, I think for 2-bedroom apartments, normally we get for 400 to 600 or 800. In Burwood area, we get 800 to 2-bedroom. In Liverpool, we get 400 around. Blacktown, Schofield, we get 600 around. You know,
Wow.
it's different areas. So what we have to do is, when we'll just get another property, we just need the loan revaluation, we'll get the equity. For example, if I bought my apartment or my property for 1 million in 2016, you say, okay, I will ask everyone to get your bank to check for the equity now, how much loan you have paid and how much equity you have. For example, bank says, okay, you have 200,000 with you, you can use that money. Then use that money to buy 2 new apartments or 3 new apartments or 3 different places. Okay, now you are paying taxes, make your house, make your investment properties. After 5 or 10 years, what happens? Gradually, I would say in 10 years time, make 7 properties. Okay, so, and let it go on interest payment. All the properties which you put on rent, just pay their interest money for the loan repayment. Okay, and then after 10 years, yes, after 10 years, just get evaluated. Out of those 7, sell 3 properties, you will get the equity, you will get your capitals, and pay the rest of the loans for the 4 properties. So in the time of 10 periods, you will get 4 properties.
Right. Okay.
Yes, it's all about, like, you know, just to have the
how you plan.
So if you are a husband, wife, both are working, I will say first buy your first home rather than paying $400 or $500 as a rent. Go for your first home, buy your apartment. Never think that first home you're gonna buy is gonna be your dream property.
Yeah.
Most of, like, in our mentality, we have that we're gonna buy a mansion or a big house.
Correct.
No,
correct.
That's the wrong policy. If you want to make money, from property, or if you want to secure your future, start from the small one.
Yeah.
Buy 2 or 3 bedroom apartment, and then gradually you will make money with the passage of time.
Okay. So just be patient and go in for whatever is available rather than, you know, going into buying a dream house. So just gradually.
Yes, wherever you are working, wherever, like, for example, you are working in city and you want something like 20 minutes away from city, buy your property up there, stay in that area for a little bit of time, and then buy one house, because there's new suburbs coming up. And some suburbs have a better investment value rather than others. For example, if you compare Blacktown and Seven Hills, Seven Hills has a better value than Blacktown. Even the Blacktown is the most favorite suburb for Indians, you know?
Yeah. Well, why is that?
It's just like a capital growth. It happens. You, I don't know, but in Blacktown area, the property is not much. You can you can easily buy a house for 800 or 700. Yes. But if you go in Seven Hills area, you can buy apartment up there. So some properties are good for, some suburbs are good for houses. Some are good for rental income.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So like, what else I can say about this thing? Okay, so property investment, and then about renting. I can tell you something about renting also.
I have another question for property investment, because you do see about the defense housing, and what's the new one which has come up? The people with disability, the national disability.
Yes.
So what are those properties like? Is there growth?
Those special properties, those are made for disabled people, because there's some changes in those properties. There's a driveways up there, like a ramp for disabled wheelchair. Bathrooms are different. And
what I mean to say is, can you invest in those type of properties?
Yes, it's very good. You will get a good income.
Yeah.
Yes. And
most is supported by the government. Is that what it is?
No. In most of the NDS properties, it's a good rental income. They return around 7 to 10%.
Right. Even including the defense properties, isn't it?
Which other properties? I couldn't get you. Sorry.
Defense
properties.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that.
Yeah.
Defense properties, yes, I don't have, because of course for NDS I deal, but not for the defense. To be
Defense.
rather than giving the wrong information, I would say that I don't know about this.
That's
But of
okay.
course, if you ask me, I can check it.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking because it just occurred to my mind, like that was kind of like a full ongoing thing, asking it's even now you kind of like get advertisements on the radio about like defense
Uh,
properties, like, investing. So it just occurred to me. I should
no, I
question
know
you.
about other like properties which are like old age home type or fully serviced apartment.
Yeah.
But sorry to say,
No,
I didn't know about that one. But of
that's
course,
all
you
right.
asked me today, I will check about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it's good
And
to know. Yeah.
mhm. Another thing I want to say is like people who want to make money, or maybe like they have a spare money, like from their mutual funds or something,
Yeah.
they can use that money as well. But for the mutual funds, they have to have the balance in their 120K. That should be balance remaining in their account.
Yeah. Oh,
And
120.
that's 120,000. They should be there. They cannot touch that money.
Money.
If it's
Okay.
on for example, they have a 200,000, so that in that case they can use 80,000.
Right.
Self-managed superannuation funds. Yes, they can use that. And another thing, like if you are interested, they can go for rural properties. Right
What
now, which like from where I got the interest in the real estate is the rural property. When you buy, like for example, buy some land in the rural area, if you have a spare money, like 200,000, 300,000, buy it and forget it. Maybe after
Oh,
10 years, it's gonna be like so much, like you buy money now, like buy property now, it's a rural property, and after 10 years, 15 years, you God knows what gonna value be for that property. From there,
okay.
I got the interest because I used to scroll rural properties. But
Okay.
the time I was scrolling the properties, only 100,000, 150. But after 4 years now, 5 years, there's
Yeah.
nothing in that range now,
Okay.
Everything
But
has
it
gone up
will
to
gradually
millions.
come up because, as you know, Sydney is expanding, right? It is
Yes,
expanding like anything. So there will be a time where it comes. We
yes,
had never thought about the new airport which is being built, like, near
yes.
Leppington, the area.
People
Is it
like they're millionaire now.
Yes,
Whoever the property in that area, they're millionaire.
exactly.
Yes,
Exactly. It's interesting. It's very interesting, like, how the trend changes and
exactly.
how quickly, like, it just picks up and at the same time it drops off. But you have to be in it if you are, rising, you have to be in it to pick that up.
Yes, yes, definitely. Because if you buy the right property, then you will get the returns. But if you do the
Return.
wrong investment, or maybe if, for example, I tell you, if there's a fault in the building or something, it's really hard to sell. And
Yeah.
in old houses also now come to selling, like when we sell our property,
Yeah.
so many things we have to take care of. Because right now, government make another change that if there is any defect in the building, you have to reveal that defect to the purchaser.
Yeah.
Okay. And another thing is like asbestos in old houses, which are like they need the certificate.
Yeah.
It's an NSW fair trading. You have to check with them. They have the register, asbestos register, where
Yeah.
you fill in the details and get the certificate that is free.
It's
And
free.
the swimming pools, for the swimming pools, we have to have the swimming pool compliance certificate,
Yeah.
which is non-compliance certificate or a compliance certificate. What
Okay.
happened because of the swimming pools? There were
So
so many deaths
who
of the
gives that
toddlers before.
certificate for the swimming pool?
Mhm.
Who gives that certificate for the swimming pool?
Council.
Council. So everything
Okay.
is council related.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, council. Because what happens, there were few deaths because of the toddlers in the swimming pool area. So now what's happening is just to manage everything, government has started a scheme under which whenever you sell the property now, it's not like when you buy the property, earlier it was not there. They just started it 2 years ago. Like in
Okay.
2019, they started it. So
Yeah.
what they have done is whenever you want to sell a certificate, whenever you sell a house with the swimming pool, you have to have a council certificate, which is compliance certificate or non-compliance certificate. If it's a compliance certificate, it's good, nothing to worry about. If it's non-compliance certificate, then the buyer has to fix the problem.
Oh.
Whoever gonna buy the house, who's gonna be the
Oh.
purchaser, the government will give them a time of 3 months or 6 months. They will do the regular inspections of the property until you fix the problem. For example, fencing is small, or there's so much like a gap in the fencing from where the toddler can go in. Another thing is, now the government has made the changes even for your neighbors. Like, for example, they just keep this thing in mind. Maybe your neighbor has a party which is going late night, and you are sleeping in your house, and there's a swimming pool which doesn't have any cover or anything. A boy or a baby, a naughty baby, can come from your neighbor's house.
From our property to that property.
Yes, like the small boys, naughty babies, they just climb up with the animal, and they just come down, and they can, they can drown. So you have to take care of this. Even on your neighbor's wall, there should not be anything where the small baby can keep their foot to get into your area.
Yeah.
So now there's so many things. Even for the defects, you have to reveal the defect. If there is defect, asbestos. So these things you have to reveal now. Earlier you can hide it just to get the good value. But no, you cannot anymore. If you're doing that, then you're responsible.
What if you? Okay, the seller won't say anything. So will the assessors pick all this up and make a statement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. And and now, if we want to prepare our property for inspection or open house or appraisal, market appraisal, like to get the value, what I would suggest all the people to keep their property clean.
Yeah.
Because if it's messy, it does not give that impression.
Correct.
Like it's an old saying that first impression lasts for long.
Yeah.
So it's always the first impression. If you need a painting, you do the painting of the house. Garden should be fixed properly, like a plants, grass, everything should be fixed. There should be no leaking taps.
Yeah.
Bathroom should be clean. Tiles should look nice and clean, before displaying anything or showing it to someone, it should be nicely clean.
Yeah.
And then we have a photography of the property. And yes, and in the photography event, we cannot make much changes to look it beautiful. If grass is there, only then we have to show that there's a grass. We can just do a little bit of greenery to the grass area. It's not like there's no grass and you show it as a grass.
Grass, correct.
It should be the actual point. If you are selling a view of your property, for example, you are saying, okay, from my property, you can see the harbor, Sydney Harbor, it's a value. But it's not, it doesn't mean that it's so far that you just take a tiny bit of harbor bridge. No, it should not be like that. Yeah. It should be exactly the same view which you are showing in your ads now.
Okay. Because see, all the real estate photos, it's kind of like very deceiving. It looks kind of like taken in, in the
what they do is like a lot of painting, a lot of filters we use, to look it beautiful, to make it beautiful.
Exactly. So now there are restrictions, is it?
Yes. No, there are no restrictions, but it should be actual. Even the view should be real. And if you're mentioning a distance, for example, you are saying the house is close or school is close or train is close, you can't say that it's just a 2 minutes walk, if it's 1 kilometer. It's wrong. You're giving the wrong information.
Yeah.
So it should be clearly defined everything. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem for real estate agent. Or maybe tomorrow, another person who is buying it, they can sue you, In Australia, it's very easy to sue for wrong things.
Oh, yeah, true. Which you don't want to.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I want to tell one more thing to all of my audience. Most of the times when we sell our property, we don't want to look for the actual rate of the property. Right? Oh. We want to listen, but we want to listen. Okay. If we want to listen, we want 2 million for our property, we'll say, no, our property is 2 million. We know that. And what happened in that scenario? You take the interviews of the real estate agents and they're very smart. Like, you understand, like when you want to listen something, they'll say, okay, we'll sell it your house for 2 million. Right? And we sign up with agent. Another agent is coming who is saying, no, your property is not this much. You will get somewhere around 1.8 or 1.9. And you will say, no, that agent is not good. because he is not saying the right thing to you. He's saying the actual value of your house, but you will like the agent who is giving you the more value. Okay, and that's the problem I face normally, because I don't feel like to give any false information, because and then what happens, gradually sign up with them for 90 days, and when you don't get that price, you get irritated, and even the agent says, okay, no, okay, little bit down, the market is not good at this moment, so why not we go for 195? And they say, okay, no, 195 is not, we are not achieved that, why not to go for 19?
Correct. And it gradually
so
reduces.
100,000 down straightforward. But the same other agent was telling you the thing, you didn't listen.
Correct.
So this thing happens with us. So, but I believe in what I did is, I really want to go for fair thing. Even for my advertising, everything I want to be fair. And I want to give an honest advice rather than giving a wrong advice. It's better to be honest, because it's the value of your house which you're going to get. Real estate agent can get more people, but it cannot increase the value of your house. So that's the thing, like I'm facing the problem with, I've given so many places, but people want to listen more value,
More value, yeah. So because you're upfront and, you say the exact value, sometimes people don't want to listen.
Yes, they don't want to listen. Exactly. They get angry,
Yeah.
But still I'm working hard. So hopefully, this will work.
Honest opinion is what is needed, not false kind of information.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And you are getting this question?
Yeah, that's what I'll just go through. This is going back to the initial conversation we had. It's the lender mortgage insurance. I think when we talked about insurance, and it is Sonal who was asking, the question there, and someone saying 5% deposit LMI waiver for Australian citizen for first home buyer. That's great information there. And another great information on depreciation. Beautiful, Asmita. I love your 7 properties idea. I am on to and Rent West. I think
yes, and we call it property portfolio. Like people who want to invest the property, they call it property portfolio. So have you seen, there's so many ladies or there's men we have a portfolio of 13 properties, and they have that attitude in their face saying that yes, we have that. So don't tell us we are smart.
Even I can boast off. I have my own portfolio, but I don't. Sorry.
Yes, definitely. And yes, and what else I can say about, yes. Another thing is, sometimes people want to sell their property off the market also.
Correct.
And they say, we don't want to
so you will be having your own key people on your database, and you just let them know that this property is on sale, and then it just happens anonymously.
Yes. Another thing what we can do is that we can make a Facebook video. Like, for example, I made myself, or we show the house, and we do it on advertising on social media, and it's like not a regular inspections. Then inspection is going to be by that appointment, like if you're really interested, you have your finances approved. Because the major thing is, when you're thinking to buy a first property or second property, your finances should be proper. You should have that loan approved, or it should be in the process. You cannot go and buy a property because you cannot hold for more than what we do is we just deposit 0.25% expression of interest. In do you know Hindi language?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you know how India में कहते हैं बयाना दे दिया हमने किसी चीज का? That is for 0.25% expression of interest.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we deposit that money first, and then we get the contract. And I think we should get the contract. If you like the property, we always ask for the contract first, because in the contract there can be some terms which we have to concern, like which we have to check all the time. So what happens sometimes, there are some hidden clauses, or there are clauses which solicitor can read, not you. The reason is there can be some if you, for example, you delay the settlement, vendor can ask you for interest. Okay. And for the money, you are delaying it. For example, you are saying, okay, we're going to make the payment 20 days later or 10 days later or 3 days later, because then they ask for interest charges. Another thing I will suggest all of you, if you want to buy property, they'll always put the clause in subject to finance approval.
Yeah. Because that's
it is
the
a
first
very big clause.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the first and foremost thing, isn't it? Your finance has to be sorted before buying or whatever.
No. It's okay. Finances are okay. You are 100% sure that bank gonna give you the loan, but still you don't have that approval because bank will value the property.
It's always
yes. So the most important clause is subject to finance approval.
Yeah.
Because what happens in the case, there's very less chances that you will lose your deposit.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So ladies,
happened last year.
Because that's good to know. I don't think so everyone would be knowing that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Last year, I think maybe last year, it happened in Melbourne. There was one case. There were doctors. They were very happy. They thought that they're gonna buy the property, and they were looking the property for $3 million. Right. It was a big mansion. They loved it, and they were 99.9% sure that they will buy the property, and bank will approve the loan. But circumstances changed within a month.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And what happened? They deposited 300,000, 10% deposit of the property. And because the real estate agent said there's no need to put the clause for finance, subject to finance approval, and they didn't do that. And can you imagine what happened with them? They lost their job, one of them, and circumstances changed. Bank didn't approve the loan for 2.7, and they lost their $300,000. And now they are just renting an apartment. It was the article I was reading a month ago.
Right.
So, ladies, I will say, please have a good solicitor. Solicitor charge somewhere from 900 to 1,500 for a contract.
Yeah.
If you ask them, if you are not going till the end of the contract, they will charge only 100 or 150 to redo the contract. Pay that money. It's worth.
It's worth it. Yeah. So what happens even if the solicitor hasn't picked that up?
He cannot. He has to. That is their job. They will go through all the clauses with you, and then they will ask you to sign the contract.
Okay.
So always, yes, real estate agent is number one, but number two, and which is the great thing, is solicitor. Your solicitor should be smart. Don't afraid of paying the charges.
Are they called solicitors or conveyancing lawyers? I mean, conveyancing.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter. For real estate, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But if you have a good one, they will put the clauses. Even if you're buying a house or you're selling a property.
Okay.
They will work for you.
Yeah.
That is my honest and advice to everyone. Read the contracts before signing and get the clause read by your solicitor. Ask them to read it properly and tell you. Go to them, have a session within 1 or 2 hours, because they're going to call you in their office, or they're going to have a Zoom meeting with you to tell you the clauses. Even I was about to buy a property a few times, a month ago. I just paid the money a little bit, and then my solicitor said, no, it's not good, not worth it.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
It happens.
So it's have a good they kind of they are honest and tell you not to go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And what else? You want to ask me anything else in your mind? I was about one more important thing, something. It was an important point for selling, and for buying also. That you're gonna buy a property. Leasing now. Okay, leasing. What about what? Sorry.
Renting.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Yes. So now renting is we have a property, and normally a 6 months contract we take is a standard contract. If you want to go for a short term, it's going to be 3 months, and 6 months is normal, we say. And if you are going for a long contract, 3 years or 2 years, in that case we will ask the property managers to revalue the rental.
Okay.
Price of the property. For example,
Okay.
you are getting a 400 rent now. After a year or so, ask your property manager to reevaluate.
Okay.
Another thing is go for proper inspections. This is I'm telling for the landlords who want to rent their property. These are points I'm telling to them. I'll come to
Yeah.
the tenants as well. So these are the
Yeah.
points for the person who are hiring a property manager. Ask
Okay.
them to inspect the property and send you inspection, like 4 inspections a year. It's
Yeah.
not mandatory, but it's required from my side, I'll say.
How
And
many?
because
How
in
many
3 months'
inspections?
time, 4 inspections per year. Every
Four.
quarter, there should be inspection.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then if there is a fault or something like a blinds are broken, paint is not good, taps are
The
leaking,
lights
fix
are
them.
broken.
Fix
Yeah.
them up. Yes. Do it quickly because it's your property. You're gonna tenant won't do anything. Tenant will click the photograph, send the email to the property manager. Please fix it up. If you don't fix it up, ultimately you are losing your money. It's your property. You have to take care of it. For that, hire a good property manager.
Okay.
And always look for the expenses, what they're telling you, and how many bills they're paying or not. Because sometimes happen, you think that property manager is paying your bill, and the
But
property manager think that you are paying your bill. Like for you can say gas, not the gas.
gas,
Gas has to pay.
like
It's the
water,
council, water. Yes,
yeah.
starter. You have to pay those expenses.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing, make sure that your tenant get your utility bills on their name when they move in the property and they move out the property. Because if they don't take it under their name, there won't be anyone to pay. You won't know that there's the bills pending with the gas, electricity, and
Yeah.
even the tenant won't know. They will say it's all included. They're getting it for free. No. If you
Yeah.
have a big house, you put it on rent. Just look for the water bills, because sometimes you have to share the water bill with the tenant. They say
Yeah.
that they have to manage a very big garden or something. They have to grass, like I said, grass is sun, hot days, they have to give a lot of water. So
Yeah.
sometimes these terms, like you have to discuss with your property manager that if you want to share it with them or not. Now we
Okay.
come to tenants. Okay, tenants, I'll say if you are renting a property, just make sure before entering any property, check the condition report which your property manager asked you to sign. If you see
Okay.
any faults, yes, just take the picture of that and just sign it with the condition report. They will ask you to sign the condition report. Just make sure you mention that thing, because there's a dent in there's a hole in the wall, there's a carpet is broken, it's like a bad spots on the carpet, or maybe nothing is, if for example you are saying, okay, everything looks good, now the water is leaking, take the photograph, make a video and send it to your property manager and ask them to fix it quickly.
Fix it
Okay.
quickly. Okay.
And yes, sometimes the ovens are not working. Tell them the ovens are not working.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if you don't do it within a week, ultimately what's going to happen, they're going to say you
I
did
respond.
something. Yes. And you have to make money for the maintenance. You like that? Then it's
Yeah.
going to be like person who is visiting the property, they're going to charge you money. You have to pay that expenses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And please just always make sure when you eat your food, always use a small rug in your dining area. It's very easy. Like you can buy a rug for $100, $150. Just put it under the dining table
Okay.
so that carpet won't get dirty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Got
Yes,
it.
because for cleaning the carpet, it's cost somewhere from $150 to $500.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True.
And in
That's a
worst
good idea.
cases, like sometimes tenants doesn't care. What they do is they just don't care the carpet at all. At last, they have to pay for the rental bond.
Okay. So that
Okay.
rental bond will be with her, right?
No. Government has changed the rule again for the rental
Oh,
bonds. It's with NSW Fair Trading now.
okay.
Okay. So rental bonds are not with the property managers. They are with the NSW Fair Trading. But they will release rental bond only when property manager will say that there's nothing you have to
Pending.
pay. There's nothing like you have to pay. For example, no cleaning, or there's nothing broken in the property, then your rental bond is safe. And
Right.
another thing is for the reference, if you pay your rent on time,
Yeah.
okay, and you keep your property clean, then you can ask your property manager to refer. For example, you're changing the property, you want to go for a bigger house or something, you can ask the property manager to give the reference, to give you a clean sheet that yes, you're a good tenant and you maintain the property well.
You quite well. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And
yeah.
if you're the first time you're getting the tenancy, I would say go through the real estate NSW fair trading site. There's a tenant's right as well. Sometimes you feel like the things are not working, or property manager is not taking care of anything, or owner is not fixing up the things, then raise that issues.
Okay.
Yes. And
so
mm-hmm.
I was about to ask the landlord insurance, so I'll ask it later in the next one. Yeah, continue on.
No, it's okay. Landlord insurance, like we always say you have the landlord insurance. It's a good thing. Yeah. But mostly, I think 80 or 70% of landlords, they don't have it.
They don't have it. Okay.
But it's somewhere only $300 to $400 per year. Yeah. And every time you can have it. You know, like if something happens in the property, yes, it's they cover. Yes. It's recommended, but it's not compulsory. It's not mandatory.
But they only kind of like cover the major disasters, right?
That is from, you're talking about the flood or fire or something?
No.
Major disaster with a rented property, like a carpet, for example, is a tap leak. The whole carpet is dirty. So the whole carpet is wet or it's flooding in the apartment. Of course, then you have to change the carpet cost and everything. Yes, but you have to go through it, like what they're covering or what they're not covering. Is it covering? But what we suggest is like have the insurance policies. It's good.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And there's some issues with theft also. So always keep your belongings at the safe place. What I'll say, because there can be theft and you cannot claim it anyone. You cannot ask a landlord to pay for it. You have to take care of your own stuff, you know?
Okay. What about pets and everything? Like if you have pets?
I will say it depends on the landlord. He wants to give you the person who has a pet or not. Because like sometimes dogs are trained, right? It's not a big problem. But there can be a cat who is not trained and can jump on the balconies and can do the poo or, you know, like things. So I will say all the properties are not pet friendly because it's a big mess for the owner. Because your dog chew on, your cat chew on something and it's make the things worst. So if you have a pet, please train them. Get them trained so that they know they're in the lift, they have to keep their mouth shut. If they cannot bark at someone, even if it's small, if they go going on someone and just, you know, it's not good.
It's not good.
So pet is not the issue because, but still I would say few of the owners don't care, but most of them care for their property.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Good to know. I did have something else, did I? You did mention about compliance with pools and lifts and everything. You mentioned about asbestos, garden maintenance, upfront costs and everything. Yeah, I think we have covered rental quite well. Did you have anything else?
No, I want to say something. If someone wants to join the real estate, I will say study. Don't go for the certificates like which you get for $300, $400. I will personally feel this thing that if you want to work something, you should have a passion for it. Don't think that's a big money and you are working for money only. If you have interest in something, you enjoy something, then join it. Otherwise, no. There's no fun of doing it because sometimes you feel stressed. You're not getting sale. You're doing a lot of appraisals. You don't get sale. You get depressed, you know. But sometimes you feel good. Oh, wow, you got your money back. You know, like you are selling something but it's not consistent.
Yeah. As long as you're prepared for all of that.
Yes. Then join real estate. Yes. And I would say that do it from the recognized institute. Don't go for only certificates that you have the certificate. Okay, my friend got it, so I got it. Don't do that way.
will do that. Okay.
Because I see so many people now these days, they are doing, it's very easy. It's not easy. Everything needs a lot of hard work.
Yeah. So it's a 2-year difference for what you have done. It's a long way to go. It's not an easy one.
It's a long way. Still have to go for miles, you know. But yes, I would say if you feel like you want to, you are free to contact me, because it's not necessary that your licensee in charge should be with you all the time. You can do it from your suburb. You just need someone to take care of it or give you the guidance. For example, yes, that's
like mentoring or something like supervision or something like that.
Yes, exactly. You need a supervision. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And
I've got to ask that question. Can that be a side hustle?
I didn't get it. Pardon?
Can the real estate be a side hustle? You work Monday to Friday, and then weekends, can you just target being a real estate?
You know, Hema, all those persons who think that they can get a certificate and make money out of it, they do the same thing. They say, okay, no, I don't do that, and I don't prefer that.
Yeah.
Even I would say no to it. Because after 1 year, 2 year, okay, you can get one sale, maybe a friend or anyone, and you feel like, okay, we got it. But it's really hard. It requires time. Seriously, need a lot of dedication. Most of people who get that certificate, they'll feel like, okay, Monday to Friday, I will do my own job. On Thursday or Saturdays, I will go for open houses. I will stand there and give the flyers and, you know, like just a part-time job. And then I will get the money out of commission, you know. Most people think like this. But no, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Yes. But I don't know. It's different for everyone. Everyone has their own preferences. But for me, it doesn't work like that. And I take it very seriously.
Okay.
So you will get the results once you take everything seriously. Because what happened in that case, after 6 months, you feel like, oh, I didn't get anything. Oh, I'm wasting my time. There's no one who is doing me something, you know, and you feel depressed or you feel angry. That why to spend that money? Even why should I get my license renewed? That's why you can say within 5 years, if most of the real estate agents who are not getting any work or who are not doing it, they leave the job. They don't want to work as a real estate agent anymore.
Okay.
Yes. Don't feel like I want to display someone. Yes, you are more than welcome. You can call me anytime or send me a message if you want to, but don't take it as a fun work, you know. It's not fun at all. It needs a lot of attention.
It's a working job. It needs dedication and patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Patience, dedication, and most of the time what happens, people take the interview of 5 or 10 agents, you know, before selling a house or before buying it even. Because you're not going to buy a vegetables from the market, you get it for $5 a kilo. You say, okay, I'll get it from you. Doesn't matter. When you buy property, you go to 10 agents, what they are selling, but what things suit you. So, and you feel bad, like you are talking to a person, and what happened with me sometimes, like I feel like they are going ahead with me. And suddenly they say, no, my solicitor said no to me. He asked me to go for another agent. So I chose that. Or my friend recommended someone and he's good one. So I just want to go for that.
Okay.
Just the last moment, you feel like you're getting something and it slips out of your hand.
Gradually, yeah. It's hard, isn't it? It's really hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But slowly and steadily, like a tortoise, I'm just going ahead. Yeah. And yes, I think I'm start getting the result now. I'm getting it now.
Oh, that's excellent. Very good to know. Very good to know. And thank you very much for sharing the ins and outs of real estate, you know, ladies who are ready to buy, who are ready to rent, who are ready to sell. It's just so much information there, which you were not aware of, which Asmita kind of like, you know, told us all about it. So if you have got any questions, Asmita is there. Please do get in touch with her. You can message her and she would be happy to answer your calls and at the same time guide you all, you know, what needs to be done. So she's just a message away.
Yes, one more thing, Hema. Sorry to disturb you, Hema.
Okay.
Last thing I want to say to everyone that I work as a buyer's agent as well. Like I'm a very good negotiator.
Oh,
For
nice.
example, what a buyer's agent do is, if you're busy, if you are looking for a property to buy and you don't know how to do it, we work for that as well. We work on your behalf. If you're really busy, don't have, because most of the couples, they don't have a time. They're always busy. And they said, we don't have time to select something for us.
Yeah.
So in that case, they can just suburb.
Kind of like, checklist jotted, and then I'll say, okay, Asmita, I'm ready to buy. Can you just look at some properties?
Yes. In that case, we won't charge. We work totally on their behalf. We do the negotiations. Even we attend the auctions on their behalf.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, that's what because buyer's agent concept is not that popular in our community.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no need to, like I'm a very good teacher, I can do it by myself. But of course, if ladies are really busy and you feel like that you need someone to trust on, in that case, I will work on your behalf only.
Okay. Oh, that's excellent. Very good to know. Very, very good to know. So
yes, ladies, and thank you so much, Hema, for giving me this chance. So that's why, like we meet, but we don't never talk in such depth for real estate.
Correct. I don't think so. Anyone in this platform has done this kind of session, Asmita. I don't think so. Especially this one is the ladies' platform. Like, every week I bring something to the table here. I know. So I thought, okay, like, my mind kind of like works in different directions. You just give me something, I'll come up with something. So that's how all my 96 sessions so far hasn't been repeated.
No, I like it because I like you. Like all the time you make videos and you go live all the time. I love it. I didn't like that before, but I want to.
All about Ghar and Makan, I've chosen all the songs. It's all about Ghar and Makan. So even my videos, it will be themed, like whatever is going to happen that time. So if it's finance, I think last week was finance. So I was talking about, rupaya and, coin and that kind of stuff. So I kind of like pick and choose just to kind of like, blend with, I don't know how many of them have noticed, but that's what I do. I enjoy doing it.
No, I really like it.
I just do it.
Like I want to mention from the lady from whom I bought this saree, Tanuja. And she also watches this. And she told me, Asmita, go on a place where it's good, like, lighting is good, do the nice makeup and sit down and talk. And I bought this saree from her because it was the last minute for me. And Tanuja, thank you so much for this saree collection. But this time when I go to India, I'll get ample of sarees from there,
That's an incentive for you to go ahead and buy sarees. For me now, I have to get some inspiration to go and buy some properties from you. No.
More than welcome.
I'm all settled now, so no more properties.
I know.
So yeah, so it's really been nice, and I'll just read some messages here. Okay, someone is asking, Asmita, do you deal with NDIS properties? And there was another question of, do they accept subject to finance approval conditions in New South Wales? I think we spoke about the finance was at that time. And someone saying, a very good session, really good information, Asmita. The next one says, very informative. Thank you, Hema and Asmita. But that's so lovely.
Thank you so much for a lovely comment. Thank you so much. I hope that you will remember my name, Asmita. Like next time you think about real estate, think about my company. Think about Asmita.
Asmita, definitely. Such a nice name too.
Did you tell them? How did I come up with Vzak?
Yeah. You had all the family members starting letters, right? The names of the letters. Vzak.
It's V for my husband's name, Z for my daughter's name, Zaina.
Sorry, V is for what?
V is my husband's name, initial Vishal. Z is for Zaina, my daughter's name. A is Asmita, only vowel. Asmita A. And K is Kian. So I was just, when I was doing my diploma, I was thinking that I should have something with this name because I don't want to have the franchisee of big companies. The reason we have to pay a lot of part of the commission to them. So what I preferred is I wanted to have my own agency so that the savings, rather than paying to big agencies, LG Hooker, Ray White, they're good agencies, very famous, very good, and it's very easy. If you become their agent, it's very easy. But build your own brand name is very hard.
Right. Correct.
So
Correct.
I thought rather than paying to them, why not to give savings to the clients?
Yeah.
So because they have fixed expenses, they have to pay a lot of expenses, you know. It's overhead expenses, and then their fixed expenses, they have to pay franchisee fee, big shops, rents. So for that, what I have decided is like I will contribute with the marketing cost with my clients for selling the properties, and I will charge less commission because I'm fine with it. And I hire people for my work on contract basis, on hourly basis. I just outsource my work for advertising and everything. So less expenses, so the savings directly goes to the clients.
Oh, that's such a lovely concept. You know, you save somewhere and you're just giving it back to your clientele population, which is really good.
And I really think that if one client is happy, that's gonna get me another 5 or 10, you know.
Exactly. You know, it spreads through word of mouth, and you know, you get going.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah,
think I might have taken a lot of your time today. It's already 1 hour.
And also, I would like to thank Vishal, who is behind the camera for us. In all my sessions, there is always a man behind. So thank you very much for looking after the kids rather than being behind the camera, looking after the phone.
Looking after the kids. And I told my kids, do not interrupt me.
I know. In my case, it's okay. The only interruption is, you know, he will sometimes have his headphones and start laughing. Doesn't realize that, you know, it's going on. So that kind of interruption, but not little ones or anything. So absolutely fine. All right. Thank you, Asmita. Thank you
So much for giving me this opportunity and giving me this platform to be like live in front of everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, ladies. Asmita and Hema, both of us signing off, and look forward for the following week's session, which will be announced on Sunday. Thank you, Asmita. Bye,
Thank
ladies.
you, Hema. Thank you. Bye, ladies. Bye.
Happy